Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be making this beautiful bubu off shoulder gown with lace. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please continue watching and let's get started. For this tutorial you need to get a lace with scallop because you are going to be needing that part for the neckline. For this tutorial you need about 4 to 5 yards of lace fabric, and this is the lace I'm working with. So if I open it up, you notice there is scallop at the upper part and at the hem part. Also on the two sides there is scallop on that part. Now let's fold our fabric. So this is the fabric. Now I already fold it into two and I fold another two again, making 4 fold because you are cutting the front and the back together. So I have 2 fold in 4 places. This place is the folded part and that is where we are going to be starting our measurement. The first thing I want to do here is to measure the length of the gown I'm working with. The gown length is 58 inches. So I will check what I have on this lace now. So when I measure the lace, I have about 59 inches. So I will leave it like that and use it. To know the amount of fabric you are going to fold, you need to measure your shoulder measurement by 2. After that, you are going to mark your sleeve length. So you need to add it together. That is the amount of fabric you are going to fold into 2. So it means you are folding it into 2 for the front and another one for the back. So here now, my back measurement is 16 divided by 2 is 8, and the sleeve length I'm working with is 17. So total here I have 25 inches. So from this folded part now, I will mark my shoulder measurements. Remember, this is an off shoulder gown. So if you are making your own, you need to mark your own back measurement, which is the shoulder measurement divided by 2. So you are going to mark your shoulder divided by 2 on this part. Then you need to add ½ inch for seam allowance. So that is 8.5. That is what I have there. After you mark your shoulder divided by 2, you will come to this folded part here. You are going to mark your shoulder slope. So from this upper part here, I'm going to mark 2 inches. So from the upper part I came down by 2 inches, and that is for our slope. I'll connect the 8.5 now. I'll connect it to meet the slope like this. The next thing is to mark your round sleeve. From the shoulder slope, I will come down by 13 inches. My normal round sleeve is 9 inches, so I added about 4 inches to it because I'll be putting a band on that part. So that is why I added extra inches to it. You can do more than 4 inches. So after that, I'll come to this upper part now, and I'm going to mark my above the knee. So for this above the knee, I'll be using 36 inches. You can use 34 as well. So 36 inches is fine for all size measurements. So from the upper part now, I will come down by 36 inches. After that, you are going to connect that line into a straight line. On that line, you will be marking your hip divided by 4 plus extra 3 inches. My hip is 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches. So I added 3 inches to that. That gives me 15 inches. So now I will take that 15 inches, I will take it down to the hem of the fabric. After you are done marking, you are going to connect it into a straight line. The next thing is to come to this point here. This is where the sleeves end. This is where the sleeves end. You are going to connect the above the knee. You are going to connect it like this to the sleeve part. You have to be careful when you are doing this not to have a sharpened curved ear. This is how it's supposed to be. This is it. So don't come like this, just trace it, and you are going to move your hand up like this. So this is it now. After that, I'm going to cut it out. So you are going to cut out the shoulder slope. You are going to cut it out. After you are done cutting that part, you will come to this point here and you are going to cut it out like the way I'm cutting it. So now this is what we have after we are done cutting it out. So on the hemline, I want the hem to have a slit at the side. I will arrange the forefold very well. Then from the hem of the gown, I'm going to come up by 8 inches or 10 inches, depends on how long you want your slits to be. So I'm okay with 10 inches. After that, you are going to notch it like this. So this is it now. You can use your chalk to mark that place. So when you are joining it, you know where to stop, because if you are joining it from the upper part, this is where you are going to be stopping at that notch part. So after that, you come to where the sleeve ends. You are going to notch that place as well. So this is where you'll be starting your sewing when you want to sew it. So make sure you notch the place and use your chalk to identify or mark that place. After you are done doing that, you are going to open it up. So this is it now. After I open it up, as you can see, the savage is still there. We did not cut it out, and that is where we are going to start the sewing. Now I need to join the shoulder. Now I'm going to be placing the right side facing each other, the back and the front. Place it together, making sure that the right side is facing the right side. Then you pin the shoulder down. After that, you are going to take it to the sewing machine and go ahead to go and sew it by 1/2 inch. So you come to the other shoulder as well. You are going to mark 1/2 inch. That is what you are going to use to sew it, 1/2 inch. So let's go and do that. So this is it now. After I am done joining it, this is what we have here. So this is the opening part, which is the neckline that we did not cut out. So if I open it up, this is how the neckline is. So this is what we have here. So the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead to fold the front and the back together to go and sew the side. After you are done placing it together like this, you are going to start your measurement. Make sure the right side is still facing each other. You are going to start sewing from there, from this point where the sleeves end. That is where you are going to sew. So I'll be sewing it by 1/2 inch. Don't sew more than 1/2 inch, so the curved side is going to relax. So you are going to mark it round till you get to the point that you notch. So you take it to the sewing machine now and go ahead to go and sew it down. After that, you repeat the same process for the other side as well. After you are done joining it, this is what you will have at this point. This is the sleeve opening, and this is the other side as well. This is the opening for the other side. This is the sleeve opening, and this is what we have at the hemline. So here is the opening that we left now for the slit. This is what we have for the slit. So now I want to take it to the sewing machine and go ahead to go and fold the sleeve in. So you are going to fold it by 1/2 inch. You are going to fold it by 1/2 inch. Then you are going to take it to the sewing machine and go ahead to sew it down. You sew it the way we normally sew the slit. That is how you are going to sew it. you start from the other side and end it at the other side. This is how you are going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it. Now let's cut the band for the sleeve. Here is the two band for the two sleeve. I already cut it out. So if I open it up like this, I have it in 36 inches in length. You can do more than 36 inches, depends on how long you want your sleeve side, the band to be. So if I fold it into two like this, is 2.5 inches, but if I open it up, I have about 5 inches there. So that is what I will be using for it. Now I'm going to mark the center of this band. After that, you are going to take your round sleeve measurements where the sleeve is going to end. You need to take it round. So here I have 12 inches here. So that is what we are going to be using. So now come back to the band now. After you have done marking the center now, you are going to divide that 12 inches. You are going to divide it into two. So the 12 inches divided by 2 is 6 inches. So I'll be marking 6 inches on the other side. Then I'll mark 6 inches on this other end as well. So in total, I have 12 inches there. After you are done marking it, you are going to start sewing. From this point here, you are going to sew it by ½ inch or ¼ inch, depends on how you want it. Then you are going to sew it down to this end. So you sew it like this and stop at this point. So you are going to start at this other end. You are going to sew it down. Remember, you are leaving the 12 inches. You will not touch it. So I will repeat the same process for this other end. So this is it. After I am done sewing it, I turn it to the right side and I iron it. So this is the opening at this point. This is the opening. This is the 12 inches. And this is the second band as well. After that, you are going to take, this is the sleeve opening now. This is the sleeve opening. You are going to take the sleeve opening and you are going to gather it inside these 12 inches. You are going to gather everything inside these 12 inches. I'll go ahead to go and do it off the camera. After that, I'll come back to go and show you the final look of this gown. So here, this is the final outcome of this gown. As you can see, this is the neckline, is sitting pretty. If you have watched this video to this point, please thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video to your family and friends. I post sewing tutorial twice a week, so please support me by liking, comment and share to your family and friends. I'm going to see you in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.